Teresa Dufour with your CT Style Express. Now more than ever, it's important to be thinking about saving for retirement, and here to help is the President and CEO of Strategies for Retirement, J Lehrhaupt. Nice to have you here via Zoom once again, Michael.
Thank you, Teresa. How's everything good?
We're getting through it, right? So today, we're talking about an interesting topic. So if you change jobs, but you leave behind a retirement plan or retirement account, what do you do with it? You're going to make sense of this for us.
Right. So I call these stray 401ks. In other words, you're no longer at your job, but you left your retirement plan money in your old company's 401k plan, or let's say 403b plan. And with coronavirus, obviously there's been a lot of people, unfortunately, who've lost their jobs and wondering, what do I do with this old company's retirement plan? So we're really going to talk about, why you should look at different options besides keeping the money at the old company's retirement plan, which we call a stray 401k.
All right. So does it make sense to move it?
Well, it's individually based, but what I find in my experience looking at a lot of these is definitely a consideration to move it. 60 Minutes years ago did a report on what they call those stray 401ks. Actually, they did a report about 401ks. It was shortly after the crash of 2008. And they uncovered some interesting things about 401ks. The one thing they uncovered was there's a lot of hidden fees in 401ks. Now, most people have these mutual funds in 401ks. I'm sure you're familiar with them. And in the mutual funds, there's a lot of hidden fees. But on top of it, with a straight 401k, you've got administrative fees and fiduciary fees and legal fees. And here's the interesting thing. You will not find them on your statement. Can you guess where you find them?
Deducted already?
Well, you ever hear of these things called prospectus? You ever get these big white books in the mail called a prospectus?
Yeah, does anybody read those?
No, nobody ever reads them. They throw them in the garbage, right? But that's the thing, they're in the thing called a plan document, which is very similar to a prospectus. And there's a lot of hidden fees in it. That's the first thing they uncovered. Now, the second thing they uncovered is very limited options. If you work for a company, you're a captive audience in that 401k. And you can only have the options offered in that 401k. So they can be very limited in their options. Another thing they uncovered is lack of advice. You call up the 401k company, ask, where should I put my money? Sorry, can't give you any advice on it. So these are all the things to consider when you have left your job or you don't have the job anymore and you have your money in the old company's retirement plan. And I work with people all the time showing them there's so many better options usually than keeping their money in their old retirement plan. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So you have the option of kind of rolling it over to the new company?
Correct. You can always roll over. If you're no longer with a company, have a retirement plan, you can always roll it over to an IRA. You won't pay any taxes to move the money. It'll just go from one retirement account to another retirement account. But there's so many other options, especially if you're in the retirement red zone. In other words, if you're close to retiring, you're, let's say, within 10 years or less of retiring, you also have to have a plan to make the money last a lifetime. And a lot of these 401ks, they don't help with that. They don't have options with that. And that's the problem. So I'm in the stray 401k adoption business. Just like, I hear all the time, I don't really pay attention to my 401k. I don't really open the statements. It gets neglected. Well, that's like a stray dog, right? So we're talking about stray 401ks, and we're in the stray 401k adoption business. We usually help people with that, help them put it into a better place if possible.
Kind of like Rocky the dog, right?
Yeah, and there's a picture I sent you guys. Maybe they'll put it up. But Rocky, we had a bunch of Frisbees at a client event. We had some extra Frisbees. We gave it to a client who donated to the Humane Society. And a few months later, we get a picture of one of the dogs holding our Frisbee. And we named him Rocky.
There you go. Makes a lot of sense. And Mike, I know we're kind of just starting off on this topic, but you are certainly available to help people.
Yes, one of the things I would suggest, as I said, I referred to the 60-minute video. In fact, if you call our office at 203-372-4442, or you email me at michael@strategies4retirement, then basically I'll send you that video. I highly suggest if you have a 401k and you're not with the company anymore, that you watch a 60-minute video, and I'm happy to send you a copy. Just get in contact with us. We'll send you a copy.
There you go. Absolutely make the most of your money. I mean, you saved it. You might as well do something with it, right?
This is our nest egg. We only get one shot at this, and we want to make sure that's going to last us a lifetime. And what really scares our clients, what scares me, is the market's so unpredictable, there's so much uncertainty, is we don't want to work all our lives, have this nest egg, and then have a portion of it, a large portion of it, disappear overnight because of something like we've gone through with the coronavirus or something else unexpected. And that's why we need better strategies to make it last a lifetime.
There you go. Of course, you can learn more over at Strategies for Retirement. That's the number 4. Check it out. Yep. Get a hold of Michael. Thank you so much for all the information.
Great. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for having me.